14.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayate Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Chaitanyamishwaram Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurum Mritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Dandaran.
Prabhuji, 14th is
15th, Prabhuji.
15th.
Okay.
15th, Prabhuji.
Okay.
15th,
So
Maria
very
Yes,
okay.
I am reading.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Dvari Dvari Grahanam Cha Dadi Akshata Balekshubhi Alanka Alankrata Purna Kumbhair Bali Bali Birtupa Dipakai.
Chapter 22
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Jai. Translation. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugarcane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense, and candles were all displayed. Purport. The process of reception, according to Vedic rites, is not at all dry. The reception was made not simply by decorating the roads and streets as above mentioned, but by worshipping the Lord with requisite ingredients like incense, lamps, flowers, sweets, fruits, and other palatable eatables according to one's capacity. All were offered to the Lord, and the remnants of the foodstuff were distributed amongst the gathering citizens. So it was not like a dry reception of those modern days. Each and every house was ready to receive the Lord in a similar way, and thus each and every house on the roads and streets distributed such remnants of foods to the citizens, and therefore the festival was successful. Without distribution of food, no function is complete, and that is the way of Vedic culture. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. See, every purport, Srila Prabhupada, first line will be the punching line, and the last line will be conclusion line. So here, of course, is talking about how Lord is welcomed. Each residential houses keep all the auspicious items like curd, unbroken fruit, sugar cane, full water pots. All this. These are the kind of a process they follow. But Prabhupada writes this: the process of reception according to Vedic rites is not at all dry. So, the first line itself, it says dry philosophy or dry process or dry rituals. No, that's not what a Vedic culture is talking about. It's all full lovely. Everybody participates. Everybody involves. And all the items here offered to Krishna and distributed prasadam. See the final conclusion line. Prabhupada says, when the distribution of food, No function is complete. That is the way of Vedic culture. Without prasad distribution, no function is complete. That is how the culture is, that when devotee comes to temple, they bring something, and when they go, take prasadam. So the distribution of prasadam is the key, because prasad is saksha darshan of Krishna. Just taking prasad, the Prabhupada says that the brain tissues are purified. Our consciousness gets purified because prasad and Krishna is not different. So in all programs, is all insisted prasad distribution. That too, not like the olden days, kind of a one laddu or no. Srila Prabhupada's temple, prasada means the full meals, generally. Of course, time, place, comes can vary, but generally that's how it is. Because prasad is the key point. Because when the stomach is full, they are full, ready to hear from you. So Prabhupada talks about here, by worshiping the Lord, the requisite ingredients like incense, lamb, flower, sweets, fruits, and other palatable items according to one capacity. So each one will have their own capacity, but everyone will bring something. Nobody will come empty hand. They offer something to Krishna. And finally, the offer, the remnants, the prasad is distributed to the devotees. This is how any festival used to happen. And this is also kind of a festival, because receiving the Lord is a festival. It's a big festival. Lord is coming. So again, lesson for us that whenever any sannyasi or the senior devotee comes, we should arrange this kind of reception. And also, every festival, we should arrange elaborate prasadam possible, so that we can attract everybody. We know that many devotees joined ISKCON just because of prasad. Just because of that, the many got attracted, and that's how they have become great devotees now. Okay, next sloka, 16, 17.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have to read. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nishamya preshtam ayantam vasudevo mahamana akruras kugrasenascha ramascha bhuta vikrama pradyumnascharudešanascha shambhujamavati sutta praharasya vegochashita shayana bhojana. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. On hearing that the most dear Krishna was approaching Dwaraka Dama, magnanimous Vasudeva, Akrura, Ugrasena, Balarama, the superhumanly powerful Pradyumna, Charudeshna, and Samba, the son of Jamvati, all extremely happy, abundant resting, sitting, and dining. Purport: Vasudeva, son of King Surasena, husband of Devaki, and father of Lord Sri Krishna. He is the brother of Kunti and father of Subhadra. Subhadra was married with her cousin Arjuna, and this system is still prevalent in some parts of India. Vasudeva was appointed minister of Ugrasena, and later on he married 8 daughters of Ugrasena's brother Devaka. Devaki is only one of them. Kamsa was his brother-in-law, and Vasudeva adopted voluntary imprisonment by Kamsa on mutual agreement to deliver the 8th son of Devaki. This was foiled by the will of Krishna. As maternal uncle of the Pandavas, he took active part in the purificatory process of the Pandavas. He sent for the priest Kashyapa at the Satashringa Parvata, and he executed the functions. When Krishna appeared within the bars of Kamsa's prison house, he was transferred by Vasudeva to the house of Nanda Maharaja, the foster father of Krishna at Gokula. Krishna disappeared along with Baladeva prior to the disappearance of Vasudeva, and Arjuna, Vasudeva's nephew, undertook the charge of the funeral ceremony after Vasudeva's disappearance.
Hare Krishna. So maybe we can discuss these points, because each personality Prabhupada explaining. So we can discuss about Vasudeva, then we can move on to the next personality. Go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhuji. Vasudeva is actually father of Krishna, and he is the husband of Devaki, and he's also the brother of Kunti and father of Subhadra. Basically, Vasudeva, I didn't know here, as per it is written, that Vasudeva married 8 daughters of Ugrasena. Ugrasena is father of Devaki and father of Kamsa, that is grandfather of Krishna. 8 daughters of Ugrasena's brother Devaka. Devaki is only one of them. Kamsa, who is his brother-in-law, was actually very fond of Devaki. But when he heard that divine voice telling that Devaki's 8th son will kill you, so he was actually carrying them after their marriage. He was riding the chariot and taking them to his brother-in-law's house, Devaki and Vasudeva. And then he decided to imprison them. Over there, he was about to kill Devaki. So Vasudeva promised him that whatever sons are born to them, he will hand it over to Kamsa, and he need not harm his sister. So, as per the promise, Vasudeva was very honest. Whatever he promised, he delivered, and he gave all the sons. But by Krishna's will, the 8th son was saved. Yeah. Also, it is told that he took was spoiled by the maternal uncle of the Pandavas. He was a maternal mother side, Kunti side uncle of Pandavas. He took active participation in the purificatory process of the Pandava systems. And when Krishna was transferred from Kamsa's prison house, he was carried to Nanda Maharaja's house by Vasudeva. That story we all know, Krishna's birth story, how he carried Vasudeva carried Krishna in a basket when it was raining, and the serpent God protected him from the rain and all. And so this was actually this is how Vasudeva protected Krishna from getting harmed when he was born. This is what we know about Vasudeva, and I think he had many wives, but all wives were very happy. It was not like one wife was dishappy and others were everyone were equally well treated and all by Vasudeva. That's what I know, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I think Rohini was also his wife, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So from Rohini he got
Mother is
Balarama. Yes.
Balarama and Subhadra.
Subhadra. So, okay. Subhadra is also daughter of Rohini. Okay, Prabhu. So this is how Vasudeva also, when Krishna entered Dwarka Dama, so Vasudeva is actually father of Krishna, but he, Akrura, Ugrasena, Balarama, Pradyumna is Krishna's son, and Charudeshu and Samba son of Jamvati, all were happy. And whatever activities they were doing, they just left it and they went to welcome Krishna. And here the description of Vasudeva is given. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So the point just now Mataji said, they left their activity. So similar we can see in gopis also. When Krishna's flute heard, they left everything. They ran to Krishna. So again, what's the lesson for us, that whenever there is a service for Krishna, we have to give up everything. All material things. Service to Krishna is a top priority. When that requirement comes, we can give up everything else, serve Krishna. Exactly this is what Krishna is saying. Sarva dharma parityajya mameka sharanam vraja aham ta sarva papebhyo mokshaya mashushah. So for Krishna's service, give up everything, all activities, and serve him and surrender to him. So here also everybody, they didn't bother. Gopis, that their mothers or they are young girls, whatever activity, cooking, whatever they're doing it, they just ran to Krishna. So again, this is the point we as a practicing devotees should try to imbibe in our life. Also, Prabhupada talks about the purification process, Shraddha ceremony. So which is also is equivalent. There are other samskaras, the birth samskara, garbhadana samskara, all these 16 samskaras we have to do. In that, the Shraddha ceremony is also important. So Shraddha means not the day after the death, and every year, at least, the children we should do for their forefathers. That's the process also we are talking about. Yeah, we'll move on to the next Akrura. Yes, Mataji, can you read about Akrura?
Okay, I'll read Akrura. The commander-in-chief of the Vrishni dynasty and a great devotee of Lord Krishna, Akrura attained success in devotional service to the Lord by the one single process of offering prayers. He was the husband of Sutani, daughter of Ahuka. He supported Arjuna when Arjuna took Subhadra forcibly away by the will of Krishna. Both Krishna and Akrura went to see Arjuna after his successful kidnapping of Subhadra. Both of them presented dowries to Arjuna after this incident. Akrura was present also when Abhimanyu, the lord of Subhadra, was married with Uttara. Akrura was also present when Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra, was married with Uttara, mother of Maharaja Parikshit. Ahuka, the father-in-law of Akrura, was not on good terms with Akrura, but both of them were devotees of the Lord. So
Okay.
here it's being told that Akrura was the chief commander of the Vishnu dynasty, and he was also great devotee of Lord Krishna. Actually, he was sent by Kamsa to fetch Krishna and Balarama from Vrindavan when they were around, I think, 15 or 16 years. I'm not very sure, 14 or 16 years.
Maybe 11 to 12.
Yeah, 11 to 12. Okay, 11 to 12. When they were 11 to 12, he was the one who fetched them to this thing, Vrindavan, to Mathura, huh? And offering prayers. That time he did not know that Krishna was the Lord and Supreme Personality of Lordhead. When he was offering, I think, when he stopped for the Sandhya Vandana en route to Mathura, he saw that he was offering prayers in the river, and when he dipped inside the river, he could see, I think, Krishna and Balarama inside the river, and they were blessing him. Then he was shocked how it is that they were sitting in the chariot and how it is that they are inside the underneath the water. Then when he came out, he saw that they were sitting in the chariot, and I think at that point of time he offered the prayers, and he realized that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is no ordinary just a son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Also, it's told that he supported Arjuna when Arjuna took Subhadra, because Arjuna was taken by Subhadra, and probably Balarama was not in favor of Subhadra getting married to Arjuna and all these things, but Akrura was in support and Krishna was in support. So when Krishna is supporting, then everything happens according to his will. Both Krishna and Akrura also went to see Arjuna. Both of them presented dowries to Arjuna after this incident. Akrura was also present when Subhadra's son Abhimanyu was married with Uttara. So Akrura was present at Arjuna's marriage of Subhadra, and also her son, that was Abhimanyu's marriage to this one also. So Arjuna's grandson's marriage also he was present. Not grandson. Yes, he was present. Son's marriage, Abhimanyu's marriage, and Uttara was married with Uttara, mother of Maharaja Parikshit. Ahuka, the father of Akrura, was not in good terms with Akrura, it seems. Don't know why he was not in good terms, but both were devotees of the Lord. This is what is given here, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So Akrura, as mentioned, is a great devotee. So when Kamsa actually literally, it tricks, Akrura, because Kamsa knew as soon as Krishna Balram names taken, Akrura will be in love, because Akrura is great devotee of the Lord. So Akrura knew Krishna Balram's position. It's not that he did not knew, because when Kamsa told him to go and get Krishna Balram, he just said that for his Malayuddha, the Chandra Mystica. But Akrura knew what is the intention of Kamsa. But still, Akrura comes. The whole narration, he goes from Mathura to Vrindavan. Well, on the way, he keep on meditating. What is my intention? What Krishna will do? All this he meditating. It's not that simply comes. Because finally, he thinks that this is the one opportunity for me to be with Krishna and Balram. Because they are Supreme Personality Godhead. And also he has got a strong feeling that yes, Kamsa cannot do anything for them. That's a confidence is there. He cannot kill them. So that's why he comes. So also, if you know that as soon as he enters Vrindavan, he just jumps out and rolls on the ground, because that's the ground where lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, the dust of lotus feet, he wanted to put it on his body. That's how Akrura, offers his prayers. Also, as Mataji said, later when returning back, when he taking bath, he could see the Supreme Lord both places, in the water as well as up. Okay, so, and of course, Akrura is one who perfected in the prayers, like Shravana, Kirtan, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam. In that, he is offering prayers. Okay, so next, Ugrasena.
Ugrasena, Hare Krishna. One of the powerful kings of the Vrishni dynasty and cousin of Maharaja Kunti Bhoja. His other name is Ahuka. His minister was Vasudeva and his son was the powerful Kamsa. This Kamsa imprisoned his father and became the king of Mathura. By the grace of Lord Krishna and his brother, Lord Baladeva, Kamsa was killed and Ugrasena was reinstalled on the throne. When Shalva attacked the city of Dwaraka, Ugrasena fought very valiantly and repulsed the enemy. Ugrasena inquired from Naradaji about the divinity of Lord Krishna. When the Yadu dynasty was to be vanquished, Ugrasena was entrusted with the iron lump produced from the womb of Samba. He cut the iron lump into pieces and then pasted it and mixed it up with the sea water on the coast of Dwarka. After this, he ordered complete prohibition within the city of Dwarka and this kingdom. He got salvation after his death. So, Ugrasena is one of the powerful kings of the Vishnu dynasty and also father of Kamsa, cousin of Maharaja Kunti Bhoja, that is Kunti's father. When Kamsa had imprisoned Ugrasena also. So, when Krishna released Vasudeva and Devaki, he released Ugrasena also and handed him the throne of the Mathura. By the grace of Lord Krishna and Balarama, Kamsa was killed. And this, when Shalva attacked the city of Dwaraka, Ugrasena was fought very valiantly and he threw the enemy out. And also, Ugrasena also knew about Lord Shri Krishna because he had got this information from Naradji as he had gotten. And Samba, son of Jamvati, was cursed by the sages because he had misbehaved with them, acting like a pregnant lady or something like that. That they are told that iron will be in your stomach and that iron will lead to the destruction of the full Yadu dynasty, Yadav dynasty, because of this improper behavior. So Ugrasena knew this, and what he did was he tried to protect the whole of Dwarka and its residents by this iron lump which was produced from the womb of Samba. He cut that iron lump into pieces, pasted it, and mixed it, and put it on put it in the sea water on the coast of Dwarka. And he saw that whole of the city of Dwarka and his kingdom, nobody should go to that place, I think. But still, because of something, whatever is destined to happen according to Krishna's will, it will happen, how much ever we try to prevent it. So similarly, in the case of Maharaja Parikshit also, we saw that his son Janmejaya tried to do a lot of things, but Maharaja Parikshit had surrendered to Krishna's will, and this insect, the snake, Takshak, came in the form of an insect in an apple or a fruit and killed him. So here also, although Ugrasena tried to protect his whole kingdom and the residents, but that was what was destined to happen. That one, and whole of Dwarka got drowned in the underneath the water after a lot of fighting and all this stuff. So this is what he got salvation after his birth. That is, he, I think, reached Krishna's holy feet. That's what is given here, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Continue, Mataji. Baladev.
Yeah, Baladeva. He is the divine son of Vasudeva by his wife Rohini. He is also known as Rohini Nandana, the beloved son of Rohini. He was also entrusted to Nanda Maharaja along with his mother Rohini. When Vasudeva embraced imprisonment by mutual agreement with Kamsa, so Nanda Maharaja is also the foster father of Baladeva along with Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna and Lord Baladeva were constant companions from their very childhood, although they were stepbrothers. He is the plenary manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he is good and powerful as Lord Krishna. He belongs to the Vishnu Tattva, the principle of Godhead. He attended the Swayamvara ceremony of Draupadi along with Sri Krishna. When Subhadra was kidnapped by Arjuna by the organized plan of Sri Krishna, Baladeva was very angry with Arjuna and wanted to kill him at once. Sri Krishna, for the sake of his dear friend, fell at the feet of Lord Baladeva and implored him not to be so angry. Sri Baladeva was thus satisfied. Similarly, he was once very angry with the Kauravas and he wanted to throw their whole city into the depths of the Yamuna. But the Kauravas satisfied him by surrendering onto his divine feet. He was actually the seventh son of Devaki prior to the birth of Lord Krishna, but by the will of the Lord, he was transferred to the womb of Rohini to escape the wrath of Kamsa. His other name is that for Sankarshana, who is also the plenary portion of Sri Baladeva, because he is as powerful as Lord Krishna and can bestow spiritual power to the devotees. He is therefore known as Baladeva. In the Vedas, also it is enjoined that no one can know the Supreme Lord without being favored by Baladeva. Bala means his spiritual strength, not physical. Some less intelligent persons interpret Bala as the strength of the body, but no one can have spiritual realization by physical strength. Physical strength ends with the end of the body. Physical strength ends with the end of the body, but spiritual strength follows spirit soul to the next transmigration, and therefore the strength obtained by Baladeva is never wasted. The strength is eternal, and thus Baladeva is the original spiritual master of all devotees. So Baladeva is the son of Rohini and the stepbrother of Krishna, but Krishna and Baladeva were very close. Also, as previously mentioned, that Akrura supported Arjuna when he when he had carried Subhadra, and Krishna also supported. But Baladeva was very angry with Arjuna and wanted to punish him by killing him. But Krishna, as he was in support of Arjuna, he fell at the feet of Baladeva and asked forgiveness. Also, Baladeva, I think, taught Duryodhana that how to use the mace or gada. Huh? So he was like a teacher to Duryodhana also. And also in the Kurukshetra war, Baladeva did not fight on any side. He decided to move away from the war. But when I think Bhima's and Duryodhana's fight was happening, then when Bhima hit below the thigh or knee something, then Baladeva was telling that this is wrong and all those stuff. Then Krishna pacified him, telling that till now whatever they have done, everything has been wrong. And Bhima has taken the vow also. Then now how can you come and just for one thing you support them telling it's wrong? So then Baladeva was pacified. So here Bala means not physical strength, it means spiritual strength. Physical strength anyone can have, but spiritual strength is the most important, because that strength obtained by spirituality cannot be. And Nityananda Prabhu is considered as avatar of Baladeva. And also, spiritual strength is always eternal, and that is what Baladeva is considered as the original spiritual master of all devotees. I think Balarama Balarama has also named Sankarshna, and he is at Adi Shesha, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's what I know, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Baldev is the first expansion of Lord. Something. Yeah. Okay, there's one more paragraph about Baldev.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. Sri Baladeva also was a class friend of Lord Sri Krishna as a student of Sandipani Muni. In his childhood, he killed many asuras along with the Sri Krishna, and specifically, he killed Dhenukasura at Talavana. During the Kurukshetra battle, he remained neutral and he tried his best not to bring about the fight. He was in favor of Duryodhana, but still he remained neutral. When there was a club fight between Duryodhana and Bhimasena, he was present on the spot. He was angry at Bhimasena when the latter struck Duryodhana on the thigh or below the belt, and he wanted to retaliate the unfair action. Lord Sri Krishna saved Bhima from his wrath, but he left the place at once. And this is given Sri Krishna being disgusted at Bhimasena, and after his departure, Duryodhana fell to the ground to meet his death. The funeral ceremony of Abhimanyu, the son of Arjuna, was performed by him as he was the maternal uncle. It was impossible to be performed by any of the Pandavas. were all overwhelmed with grief. At the last stage, he departed from the world by producing a great white snake from his mouth, and thus he was carried by Shesh Naga in the shape of a servant. A serpent, sorry. So here the same thing. Duryodhana's fight with Bhimasena, and Baladeva was angry and Sri Krishna pacified him. And finally, how Baladeva left his body is given over here, Prabhuji. That's what I had told before. Huh?
Maybe we can read one more.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll read. Pradyumna, incarnation of Kamadeva, or according to others, incarnation of Sanat Kumara, born as the son of the personality of Godhead of Lord Krishna, and Lakshmi Devi Srimati Rukmini, the principal queen at Dwaraka. He was one of those who went to congratulate Arjuna upon his marrying Subhadra. He was one of the great generals who fought with Salva, and while fighting with him, he became unconscious on the battlefield. His charioteer brought him back to the camp from the battlefield, and for this action he was very sorry and rebuked his charioteer. However, he fought again with Shalva and was victorious. He heard all about the different demigods from Naradaji. He is one of the four plenary expansions of Lord Sri Krishna. He is the third one. He inquired from his father Sri Krishna about the glories of the Brahmana. During the fractical war amongst the descendants of Yadu, he died at the hand of Bhoja, another king in the Vaishnis. After his death, he was installed in the original position. So here it is given, Pradyumna was the son of Krishna and Rukmini Devi, and he was basically incarnation of Kamadeva. Kamadeva, I think, is considered god of love. And the principal, he was one of those who went to congratulate Arjuna when he married Subhadra, because Baladeva was very angry. Akrura and Krishna were in favor of Arjuna. And while fighting with him, he became unconscious. With the Shalva, while he was fighting, he became unconscious, and his charioteer took him to the palace. But I think it's not considered good for a Kshatriya to leave the battlefield and go to the palace. Either he should come victorious or die in the battlefield. So he was very angry with his charioteer. And also he heard about all about different demigods from Naradji, and he is also be considered as expansion of Lord Sri Krishna. And he inquired from his father about the glories of Brahmanas. During the war among the descendants of Vidu, he died at the hand of Bhoja, another king of the Vaishnis. After his death, he was installed in his original position as Kamadeva, I think. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so one of the four incarnation, Sankarsana, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Pradyumna. He is that Pradyumna who expands. Of course, later from him, the Narayana comes. From the Narayana, again, Sankarsana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna comes. The next Narayana, the Sankarsana, so the Garbhodaka Vishnu, Shirodaka Vishnu, and that Karnadaka Vishnu. Okay, we'll stop here today. So tomorrow we can continue. Tomorrow next, maybe Monday. Charles Charudesna. Okay. Let's stop here. Any comments from devotees? Okay. You want to start maybe on this side? Yeah. Shridev Mataji or Uma Shankar Prabhu. Yeah, Shridev Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Thank you for the class.
Any comments?
Nothing, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, Sumit Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji, nothing.
Okay. Roja Mataji. Yeah. Uma Shankar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you for the class, Prabhuji. And in this, Prabhupada has told that all the services in Krishna consciousness is not right. So earlier in the Vedic culture, so everything was done as per the procedure, and the offerings to the Lord were distributed as prasadam. So as you told, most of them were attracted towards Krishna consciousness just because for the prasadam. So even we had a lot of instances, the same thing that had happened in this materialistic world also. Even the Steve Jobs, the Apple company owner, he had been to every week. He used to visit the ISKCON temple to have the prasadam. So at least just for the prasadam also, there are most of the people who have become the devotees. So this few of the things that we have to follow the regulatory principles so that we can stay intact with Krishna consciousness. Right.
Steve Jobs used to walk several kilometers, believe, just to come to his contact.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Of course, later he became the founder of Apple, the company, the great company.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, how prasada can bring changes. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji, any comments?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Ramesh Prabhu, anything? No? Mariappan Prabhu?
Nothing.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm recollecting about your today when we were awaiting for this thing. You were mentioning about this thing, and the same thing is being highlighted by Uma Shankar Prabhuji.
Yeah.
That Apple company owner used to walk several kilometers just on reading the name you were highlighting. And really, it's all something coincidences. It's all coincidence or well planned. I don't know. Vedic rites are comprehensive in nature, including delicious prasadam. And whenever celebrations and receiving of guests like sages and senior spiritual teachers are suitably must be honored, and in accordance to the Vedic guidelines, we must arrange for their complete honors. And I feel this is being strictly followed by ISKCON. Only thing, as a devotee, I must realize what are all the procedures being followed and how it should be. This thing I should learn thoroughly in due course. Whenever there is opportunity for serving Supreme Lord Krishna, I must give topmost priority and deliver my responsibilities in a successful, complete, successful manner without shirking any of my responsibilities. That much I have understood. But as far as Akrura, Ugrasena, and Baldevar, I must read, and Vasudevar, again and again I must read these paragraphs, Prabhuji, to
Yes,
have a complete understanding. Hare Krishna.
Archana Mataji, anything already? No? Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, as Mariappan Prabhuji said, we have to read it again and again because that whatever we read is little complicated. But then my takeaway for today is whenever there is service to Krishna, I have to run, giving up everything to give the service. I know I am not doing, but Prabhuji, I'll try to do more service. Class, Prabhuji.
So Mataji, please bless me also. Let me also do some service. Okay.
Prabhuji, you bless me so that I can do more and more.
Okay, we will bless each other and do together. Good. Okay, so anybody else? Any other want to comment? Okay. If not, we'll end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namanam ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So tomorrow possible we'll have Vrindavan Leela. So Bhagavatam and Monday. Hare Krishna. Please invite others also.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu.